Hey everybody, Lo-Fi here, back at it again with another review, this time on the Marvel Legends Maximum Series Spider-Man. And I think this is probably one of the best Spider-Man figures on the market. Now, one thing I'll get out of the way is I think the price is a little egregious. And I don't think I'm alone on this. Now, depending on who you are, you are getting what you paid for in terms of value for tons of accessories, the look. Now, it's still Hasbro, so there's still plenty of QC issues to go over, and I'll go over those in just a second. I'm just going to go over the look real quick. So, I do genuinely love this figure. Let me pull him a little closer. So this guy, I think, is more or less based off of the McFarlane era of Spider-Man, more of that 90s Spider-Man. It's got the dark blue. It's got that large spider logo on the front, and starting at the bottom, you see all the detail, just all the painted web lines. I do wish they were sort of ingrained into it, more sculpted detail, but it's Hasbro. It is what it is. You got peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And then you have the wrinkle work within the fabric right there, and you can kind of see that a little more in the upper legs. You see that a little bit in the calves. You see that right at the knees. You see that sculpted detail. Now I do like seeing the sculpt. It is pinless as well, so for everybody who likes the pinless joints, that's there for them. And then you see all that fabric stretching right there, and then you see that back spider logo. And I think that is a separate. This piece is molded in red plastic. The rest is just painted. And you flip that around, and then you see on my figure that the red, it looks like the blue's bleeding in a little bit, which you get with these more mass-produced figures. And then you see a couple more stretched fabric details up there on the bicep right there, and you do see a little bit of paint bleed through. Happens with this type of figure, more mass produced. I'm going to show you the QC issues, or the quality control that you're going to get on this figure. So right here below the arms, in person it's a lot more noticeable, but you see a little bit of the red bleeding through under there. And then on the other side, I also had a little bit of paint bleed through. And you're going to be moving around, posing this figure around a lot, so you are going to get some wear and tear. I'm going to show you the neckline on my figure. Back of the neck, you see right there where the web line is. It's kind of messy back there, mainly because this is a separate neck joint, and it rolls around on its own, so you're going to run into that rub, that paint rub, and it's a little unfortunate, but that's what you're going to get into, because it's not like an import figure. It's just painted, printed through. So it is going to show some paint rub. That's just how it's going to happen, which is a tad unfortunate, but it's what you expect going into a figure like this. But the eyes are really good. They're pretty well lined up. Now, this doesn't exactly look like the McFarlane Spider-Man head that everybody's used to. It's kind of their own sort of interpretation, but different artists, different interpretations look a little different. But I still like the head sculpt. I still like how the figure looks overall, aside from the QC issues. I still think it's a good-looking figure. Now, is it worth $50, $60 after tax plus shipping if you ordered it online? I'm not so sure. I haven't been able to find this guy out in person. I actually, when people were hunting for this figure's easier to get now, I think. But when people were struggling to get this guy, I got him through Best Buy, and it did same day shipping. It was fantastic. So I was able to get that. No problem. So getting this guy wasn't the problem. It was just the pricing that was a little weird. But you do get a lot of accessories, and this guy does have great articulation. So let me zoom this guy back in, and I'll show you the articulation scheme. So looking up, let's see, he looks up about this far, about that high up, which I think is pretty good. And then he's got a hinge joint right there, or a disc hinge in the neck, in the upper neck. And he'll look down about that far. And then he has a separate ball below the neck, so he can do a little bit of rotation. Again, you saw like the paint rub, so just be aware of that. And then it'll individually roll around at the neck, which is pretty cool. Then moving right along to the shoulders. Shoulders go up about this high. And I'm going to show you guys this from the back for the butterfly joint. See those elongated spider arms? I thought this was a little funky. I feel like they could have just cut it off right here and just not had that. But again, is what it is. But the butterfly joints will go in and out pretty well. And I do like that they keep the paint and the web lines through there while going forward and back. I think that's a great touch. The arms will rotate all the way around, you know. You got that bicep swivel. And you got the double jointed pinless double jointed elbows that'll go in about this far, which is really good. Oh, another QC issue that I forgot to mention is depending on where you get yours from, however it's manufactured, I got 2 right gauntlet pieces, like the wrist joints, like right here. Like these 2 parts are the same, like, which is very unfortunate. Like I'm just like, whatever. I moved it around enough to where I don't notice it anymore, but these 2 are the same piece. They're both for the right forearm, which is a little unfortunate. But again, with this, you get the full rotation right there, and that's for a little part swappage later. And then you have the individually moving wrist that goes up and down, and then it can rotate all the way around, which is very cool. And then one of my favorite parts is the torso, because the torso is on a ball joint right here, so it goes all the way around, rotates, and then you have that reverse ab crunch right here that'll go in about this far. I'll go back about this far. I've been having a lot of fun taking photos with this guy, posing him around. I really like him, but again, like, the price isn't for everybody, I'm sure. And then we'll get down to the legs. So he's got the drop down hinge right here. So that'll allow you, this is regular kicking up, and then with the drop hinge, he kicks up a little higher, and then he'll kick back just a little bit, and then he'll go out about this far. And what I really like is when you can get into, like, crunch this all the way down and get this all the way up, so he can completely compress in, which is very nice. Do a lot of acrobatic Spider-Man poses. And then he has a cut right here, so he can rotate. Mine's a little stiff right now for some reason. Let's see the other one. Yep, still a little bit stiff, which is crazy because it's really hot where I live right now. I think it's like 86 out. I'd expect this to be a little looser. And then he has the pinless double jointed knees, which go in like this far, which is really, really good. And then he has a cut right here at the boot, which will let you go all the way down. And then ankles move up a little bit, just a little bit. Push that a little bit up a little more, and goes down all the way. It's got pivot right here, and then he's got toe articulation with a little extra plastic right here. I've seen some people shave that off, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So the articulation is really solid, the look is really good, and I'll get into accessories real quick. So I have all my accessories over here. So you have this alternate head right here, which is very cool. It's got like a half open sort of eye and a little squinty eye. Very good. And he also comes with this spider sense effect, which is really cool. I like this a lot. You just plug that onto the head so it looks like a spider sense is tingling. Very cool. And this is a head that I've seen a little bit of controversy about, is this Peter Parker head. You know, in different lighting, it looks better than others, but this thing, I think it looks fine. I mean, considering the source material, like the hair is very accurate, the face is pretty accurate. Now, the eyes, some people have said, are very haunting. I'll put the light on there, and you guys can really see how haunting that is. Yikes. And then we'll get these alternate hands that you can swap the forearms out for, and you got these fleshy hands with the web shooters on, which I think are pretty cool looking. I think this is a pretty nice touch. I put those in the photos. He also has some web effects. It's like a sprawling out web effect and more of like a shooting web effect. And these can plug into a little base which is pretty cool. And they have like a little port at the bottom right here you can just plug into. So it looks like he's shooting a web, which is very cool. Then he also comes with a web shield. I believe the Mezco Spider-Man also came with a web shield. And then he'll come with like spaghetti webs. He comes with 2 of these. So he has this one. It's all kind of floppy. What I did is I got some bendy wire and I kind of weaved that through it. And so now I can kind of pose it a little bit. I've been kind of having fun with this. So I had a little bit of bendy wire. I think they call it like jeweler's wire or jeweler's loops or whatever. That's what I bought from Amazon. And I just weaved this through here, which was very neat. He comes with some alternate hands. So he comes with some webbing hands to where it looks like he's shooting webs, which is very cool. Got these. Then you got some regular web shooting hands, which are 2 different web shooting hands. Pretty distinct, and I like these. Comes with a couple of pair of fists. And if you didn't notice, I had the wall crawling hands on the Spider-Man figure already. And then some grabby hands to grab like accessories or web lines and what have you. Okay. Put all these off to the side. Bring Spider-Man back. And you can see more of that detail. I didn't have the light on, so you guys kind of couldn't see that. So it's even more detailed looking now. And now I'll open it up to some size comparisons real quick. Because I have them all like right next to me right now, so I can just show these off. So I'll do a couple of hero characters and a couple of villain characters so y'all can enjoy that. Let me pull out a couple of Spider-Man real quick. So first off, I have the... Oh, watch Spider-Man just fall right onto the ground right there. So we have the regular Spider-Man, Maximum Spider-Man, and the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, which was one of the first pinless Spider-Man. And these 2 look good together. The blues and the reds are ever so different. Like this blue on here is slightly lighter. I like the blue that they chose. I kind of wish that they had a lighter blue, if I'm being honest, for this Spider-Man. But I'm sure they'll make another one using this body mold. And you'll see like the difference in the engineering for the figures. And then I'll also put right next to him the original classic retro card Spider-Man, which is one of my favorite figures for sure. These 3 look great together. I'll pull these guys off. And then let me pull out a couple more. Right next to him, I'll put Amazing Fantasy 15. More your teenage Buck, and he's just ever so shorter. And you know, this also, like, it's pretty good to see the different artist interpretations of these figures. It's pretty cool to observe. And then this is the 185. Don't mind mine having paint chipping. That was one of the major QC issues of that figure. And so you'll have like your different interpretations, your John Romita Jr.'s, your Mark Bagley's, and your McFarlane. It all looks very good together. It looks all very comic booky. Love that stuff. And then I'll bring in a couple of different Spider-Men to do a little bit of Spider-Verse-y type stuff. So, have your Ben Reilly here, which also utilizes that Renew Your Vows body. And then I'll add everyone's favorite Spider-Man, the cool Spider-Man with electric powers, Miles Morales. And you see how tiny he is compared to him? I kind of think that's pretty funny. I do wish they would make a... I know Mafex is making a reissue of their Miles Morales figure, and I might buy that maybe because I want more of a teenage. I know he's supposed to be like the adult Miles Morales, and it's supposed to be like a kid Miles Morales. I want like a teen Miles Morales that's like kind of the same height as Peter, maybe a little shorter. Like I want something different. I know Gamerverse made one, but I don't like the articulation on that figure. The arms don't go up all the way. I kind of don't like that. I wish he had more articulation. And now I'll do a couple of symbiote Spider-Men. This is the Secret Wars wave. And I originally had like the toes from the Superior Spider-Man on here. I originally had those feet on that figure, but I moved that to my other one, my retro carded black suit Spider-Man. And I don't know which one of these looks better with him. Like, I like this one a lot, but I also really like the eyes on that one. I can't decide which black suit Spider-Man I like better, if I'm being honest. And now I'll do another one that I've been really wanting to do. So, Daredevil, and I'll give you guys some options. So, this is the Mafex one. They're supposed to be making a Mafex Punisher. I have the Marvel Legends 2-pack Punisher. I didn't bring him out for this. I kind of forgot to. But I have that one. I really want to see what the Mafex Punisher looks like with this Spider-Man whenever he releases. I'm going to jump on that pre-order as soon as it drops. And then I have the Marvel Legends Spider-Man. I don't know which one I like better. Because, you know, sometimes Daredevil's a little more bulkier than Spider-Man. Sometimes he isn't. Sometimes he's a little leaner. Because, you know, Spider-Man has spider strength, does whatever Spider can. So it just kind of depends on what you want to go for. I feel like this one looks really cool. I also really like this one. I can't decide which one. I usually keep my Legends with my Legends, but sometimes I like to mix Mafex in there. So that all depends. Whenever that Punisher drops for Mafex will depend on if I buy it or not. And then I'll do a couple of Spider-Man villains. So I'll get a couple of the big guys out of the way, and then I'll do some of the smaller ones. So here is retro-carded Rhino. I actually sold my Build-A-Figure Rhino because I didn't think I needed to, and this one looks a lot better than that one anyway. I mean, come on. Classic Rhino looks way cooler. And then I'll do Gamerverse Kingpin, which is probably one of my favorite ones that's come out in a while. I really like him. I like his articulation. It's the Joe Fixit body mold. I took a lot of photos with this Kingpin and Spider-Man because I just think they look great together. And now I'll do the Behemoth, the big one, Gamerverse Venom, which is one of my favorite Venom figures of all time now. Not that I don't like my other Venom figures. I love my other Venom figures. I still want to get the retro-carded Venom because he looks more McFarlane-esque. But this guy looks great. I love the size of him. He looks great. He looks sick. Look at that. Look at how tall he is compared to him. He is a monster. Oh, that is disappointing. Much like Venom to take out Spider-Man immediately. Brother didn't even give him the chance. Alrighty. Do a couple more. So I have Kraven the Hunter. Now, I do also have the retro-carded Kraven. I usually keep all my retro cards in package for the most part, so it's really hard to crack them out. Like, I love the retro cards so much, I don't throw away the cards because I just think they look good. The same thing with my main man, Shocker. I do also have the retro carded Shocker. I didn't take any photos with him. I really should have because I love Shocker. I think he looks great. He's my favorite beekeeper. And then here's Doc Ock. And these are all just figures I had on hand. So if you guys want to see any more comparisons or anything, I might do like a short or something of just size comparisons. I know other people have done reviews and done other size comparisons because I'm a little late on this, but oh well. And here's Carnage. This is the Absolute Carnage. I like the way the sculpt on this one is. I like him a lot better than the other Carnage figure, just because the sculpted detail looks better, I think. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching my content, guys. I know I'm pretty up in subscribers now. I think I'm up to 92 subscribers, so thank you guys for your continued support. Sorry I'm not, like, consistently posting all the time. I'm super busy with work all the time. But I do appreciate your guys' feedback. I do appreciate the love. And I do appreciate that you guys still stick around and watch my content. If there's any other reviews you guys want me to cover, if you guys want me to do like the Venom or anything, or whenever the Mafex Punisher comes out, or if you guys want me to do more reviews for those type of figures. I'm getting out of Mezco, but if you guys want me to review any of my like Mezco figures I haven't sold yet, then sure. Anyway, that's it. Please enjoy the photos. Thanks for the continued support, and bye guys.